Alright, so today we're going to be upgrading the internal hard drive inside the PlayStation 4 to a terabyte hard drive, which I found at my local Best Buy for only like $85, which is pretty cheap. And I didn't have to wait for Amazon to mail me one, so I was pretty happy with that. But the PlayStation 4 comes stock with a 500 gigabyte hard drive, which really isn't that much space, especially if you plan on upgrading to like Ghost or Battlefield 4. They take up a lot of space on the stock hard drive, and unlike the Xbox One, you can always upgrade the hard drive, which is pretty neat. I didn't know that until about a month or so ago. But things you're going to need a USB storage device for the update. You're going to need a Phillips head. I chose number 1 for my electronic screwdriver set. And you're going to need the hard drive that you plan on swapping out the stock one with. But first, you want to plug in your USB storage device into your computer, and in your USB, you're going to create a folder that says PS4 in all capital letters. Next, you're going to create an update folder, or you're going to create a folder that says update inside the PS4 folder, and again, that has to be in all capital letters. After that, you're going to hit the download button right here, and that's going to download the PS4 update.pup. Once that is downloaded and complete, you're going to put the PS4 update.pup folder inside the update folder. And you need to make sure that your USB is at least a gigabyte free. They say 400, but my USB is like at least a little bit over a gigabyte, and it took up almost all that space pretty much. I found this update at the us.playstation.com/support/system updates for the PlayStation 4, and it'll show you instructions on how to download it and what to do, where to drag the update into which folder and all that good stuff. But next, we're going to be installing the hard drive into the PlayStation 4. Okay, so the very next step is making sure that your PS4 is properly unplugged. You don't want like any cords touching it or anything that can conduct electricity through it, because if it's still plugged in or electricity is still flowing through it, you have a chance of shorting out the circuitry inside of it. And when you short out that, you pretty much have a dead PlayStation 4, and Sony, I'm pretty sure they're not going to cover it because it's something on your own end. It's not anything of their fault unless you have like accidental damage protection, but I'm not even 100% sure if that will cover something like this, because it's kind of a mod. As you can see, I already got my hard drive right next to it, but it's not unwrapped because I don't want it to get dirty since I have animals in my house. So there's a lot of pet hair and all that stuff. But when you have everything ready, you're going to take this black cover right here, and that cover is just going to pop right out. You slide it back and pull forward. I've already kind of went inside of it and messed around with it and everything, so it's already pretty loose, but it was kind of a snug fit when I tried to take it off. As you can see, there's the insides of your PlayStation 4, and this end's going to be your hard drive. There's going to be one screw to your hard drive, and that's like right in the corner right there. I've already unscrewed it and gotten it loose, so I could just pull it right out, but you're going to need to take your Phillips head and unscrew it. When it's unscrewed, you're going to want to pull out this tray right here. And when you pull out the tray, your hard drive's just going to slide right out. Pretty simple, don't force anything, take it easy because you don't want to break anything at all. But when you have it taken out, you're going to notice that there's 2 screws on this end and 2 screws on that end that you're going to want to pull out. And I'm going to do that here in a second. So we'll restart up when I have that taken out and the new hard drive in. So now we have the old hard drive taken out, and I put it on top of my PlayStation 3 over here. As you can tell, it's like the back end of it, or that's the back side of it, all the circuitry and all that good stuff. And you want to make sure that these 4 screws are installed snug but not too tight, because if you over tighten them, it's going to obviously mess up your hard drive. But once when you have those 4 screws installed into the caddy nice and snug, you can go ahead and put the hard drive back into your PlayStation 4. And when you slide it back in, you want to make sure that everything's all lined up and that nothing's going to get misconnected, because that could kind of mess up a lot of stuff. And it could also shorten out your hard drive. But your hard drive should pop back in just like that, and you should see that these 2 holes are lined up. So after you've done that, you can go ahead and already start assembling your PlayStation 4 again. You want to make sure that you don't strip the screw, because if you strip that, you're going to have a hard time getting it back out if you ever plan on selling it and you want your hard drive back. Because I was planning on formatting this 500 gigabyte hard drive and putting it into my MacBook Pro, swapping out the optical caddy. And the next step, we're going to turn on the PlayStation. We're going to insert the USB and turn on the PlayStation and start it back up and see if it works. Now that we got the PlayStation 4 cover back on, we inserted our USB device, and I had a problem with my previous one, so I had to run out and go buy another one at Walmart, which they only had like 8 gigabytes for like $10, which is pretty good though. So when you get the casing back on and all the stuff like snap back in and everything, you want to hit the power button and hold it there for about 7 seconds. Once when you do that, it's going to bring you to safe mode, and you want to make sure that your controller is connected to the cable that it came with. And you're in safe mode right now, and you want to go down to number 7, which is initialize PS4 and reinstall the system software. You hit OK, and it's going to ask you if you have your USB storage device in, and if it has the version 1.51 or later for the update. You want to hit OK, and it's going to take a little bit to read. And once when it has been read and the update is confirmed, it says the PS4 will be initialized, all users and data will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? And you want to hit yes. Once when you hit yes, it's going to start initializing the software and bringing everything up to date. And you're going to have to go through again and set it up like it just came out of the box. Go through all your network connections, make sure that's all set up, and check if there's any updates available, which probably not, because we just downloaded it from the PlayStation website. Another thing that I want to say is that on the website, if you look around, there's download folders. One's like a 300 megabyte and the other one's an 800 megabyte. You want to go for the biggest one, because if you use the smaller one, it's going to tell you that your data is corrupted, and that's no good. And I went out and bought another USB device just to save all the hassle of trying to figure out what it was. Next picture I'll be showing you like how the storage is all set up and everything. How your PlayStation 4 should look after everything's installed correctly, and this is kind of how you know that your hard drive is reading properly. Go into system storage management and you could see all the free space that you have. This is pretty much the end. I'm going to reformat the old hard drive and put it into my MacBook Pro. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them at the bottom.